Welcome back to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thank you so much for joining us again. Our guest is Dennis Zine. Dennis is a member of the Los Angeles City Council. Sir, we thank you so much for joining us again. The city is facing yet another significant budget gap. It could be upwards of $400 million in this upcoming fiscal year. How are you and your colleagues trying to get a handle on this?
We need to get a handle on it. We need to get a handle on it now. The parking lot lease didn't work out. We were going to get $53 million. That has been scrapped. We need to do whatever it takes to bring this budget into a reasonable level. We can't carry deficit like the federal government does or the state government. We need to come in with a balanced budget by the end of June. We have a $50 million gap right now, over $400 million if we don't resolve this matter. So we're looking at furloughs. We're looking at a number of reasons. Furloughs, absolutely.
That is incredibly painful. I understand that sometimes they may be needed, but if you furlough someone, that means they're not working. That means they're on unemployment. That means they're not paying taxes.
Well, no, what that means is that particular employee is still employed. They're not getting paid for that particular day. We're talking about increasing furloughs. I have furloughs in my office. The city has a number of employees.
What about, are you talking about layoffs
that saves
then?
dollars.
What about layoffs?
No, well, layoffs is a situation that may take place after July 1st, next fiscal year, if we can't bring this budget into balance. The concern is, how do we balance the books? We need to balance it. The majority of the dollars go out in personnel costs. We're not buying equipment. We're not buying fire trucks or helicopters.
Let's go back to furloughs.
Okay.
The current controller, Wendy Gruhl, has said that one of the reasons why the city of Los Angeles is not spending all the stimulus dollars it has received is because of furloughs.
Right.
We don't have the staff to spend the money.
But
I mean, this sounds backwards.
Well, a lot of it's backwards. We'll furlough, for example, Department of Transportation personnel, the parking enforcement. They generate dollars. We furlough those people. It saves in that general fund. Are we losing or gaining?
They're revenue generating.
Well, look at the Department of Motor Vehicles. They'll furlough Department of Motor Vehicles employees, and they're generating dollars for the state. We need to analyze who we're going to furlough. We just don't arbitrarily say we're going to furlough. And I told the mayor what I thought would be a reasonable approach is let's shut the city down one day and say we're going to shut it down. We'll save those dollars, calculate what the deficit is, and then figure it out. We're not going to raise taxes. We know that property tax is down. We know that sales tax is down. We can't go back to the voters and ask for more tax dollars.
Let me ask you about raising taxes, because like you said, that's not going to happen. But it seems as if over the last couple of years, what the city council has done has provided tax breaks. Now look, we all love tax breaks, but should we be giving tax breaks?
For businesses, tax breaks for businesses so we can encourage businesses. Drive down any street in the city of Los Angeles or adjoining communities and you'll find vacancies for lease, for lease, for lease. Shopping centers, businesses for lease. Every time there's a for lease sign up, there's no one working, there's no sales tax, there's no personal income tax, there's no dollars coming in.
But you're giving tax breaks to businesses, and I'm not trying to sound anti-business.
We want to encourage them.
But what about regular people? What about a tax break for Angelenos?
Well, we have in the city of Los Angeles, the pot of money that comes in is property tax and sales tax. As far as an employee, when they file their state tax and the federal tax, that's a different tax structure. What we fund the city on is basically the dollars in sales tax and the dollars in property tax. Both those are down.
The city is not per se taxing individuals.
No, we're not. We're taxing businesses. We're taxing the business tax, the gross receipts, et cetera. The bottom line is when you see vacant storefronts, people are not working, they're not paying tax, and the dollars are not generating for our services.
So you believe the tax breaks will actually pay off in the end.
Exactly.
Because they'll be able to bring in more employees.
And we're trying to do that. For example, the movie industry. We told the movie industry, use any city facility, no charge. That generates jobs. That generates people's income. We want to encourage the movie industry.
It's not corporate welfare?
It's not corporate welfare. We need people to work. And the federal dollars only go so far. And if you look at the federal dollars that came in, the stimulus package, it's about construction. If you're not a construction worker, you're not going to receive any benefit from that. We need to put people back to work in businesses. We need to develop. We need to develop the land that we have for a positive environment, positive incentive to bring businesses back. Thriving economy has a better community.
Dennis Zine, member of the Los Angeles City
Thank you.
Council. Brad Pomerance, thanks for watching. Back to HLN.